Hey Tribe, Coach Will here again. Wanted to share with you today some accessories for what I call the money muscles. A lot of us want to focus on chest or biceps or quads or even the glutes, but before that, there's some foundational muscles that we definitely want to work on. One is the forearm group that directly relates to our grip strength, so we want to have nice strong forearms, and also the calves, because that's our foundation for our legs as well, and a lot of full extension movements we do through the ankles and the hips. So want to build forearms, want to build calves. We're going to focus on that today with some accessory movements that you can use a few common household items for. You're going to need a shoe. Yes, any shoe. I'm using a CrossFit shoe because I'm a CrossFitter and I love to use CrossFit stuff, but you'll also need a gallon jug or dumbbell or even a heavy backpack. I've got some dumbbells here, but you can also use a heavy backpack for the movement we'll do with these. And then one of the last pieces of equipment, which everybody has, is a sheet. And I've got the sheet with knots tied into the corners on one side, on the long side, and a knot tied in the center as well. So knots in the corners, knot in the center. And that's our equipment for the day. We'll get right to the movements. First accessory movement today is going to be a lat pull. We're going to work on the lats a little bit as well today. This would be a good sub for any of the WODs that we're programming for home that have pull-ups or rows. You can even substitute rows for this movement if you don't have dumbbells that are heavy enough to do some of the rows we've been programming. So with the sheet tied in knots in each corner and the middle on one of the longer sides, I'm going to wrap that around or toss it over a door. Pretty much any door will work. You just need to make sure it has a little bit of clearance in the door jamb as you close that door. What that does is it creates an anchor for the sheet, so then I can use this sheet for a lat pull. And we'll give you a side angle here. So I'm going to take my forearm and I'm going to wrap it around and in the sheet, wrap that sheet back around to my hand, so I've got a nice lock in here with my knot, or with a knot here on my wrist. From here, I'm going to lay back in this nice long straight plank position. So the degree of difficulty is altered by the vertical orientation on my body. The more vertical, the easier. So I'm going to walk down quite a bit for myself, making sure I've got a nice firm wrap here that doesn't feel like it's slipping. And I'm going to pull, keeping this core position or this plank, I'm going to pull that elbow back, keeping the shoulders oriented towards the sheet. I'm going to go for 5 reps on each side. If 5 is easy, on the next set, I'm going to come down a little lower and go for 5 from there, keeping that plank position nice and strong, nice and tight. So 5 on the left, 5 on the right, guys, and I'll give you a full number of sets with all the other movements at the end here. I'm going to start working on those calves. Awesome muscle group to keep building foundation with, to make nice and strong. And we rarely really train the calves specifically. We do a lot of jumping, we do a lot of full body movements that include the calves, but to train them and isolate them a little bit once in a while is really good. Easy to bring into. So I've got dumbbells, they're 30-pound dumbbells. You might want 2 heavy backpacks, a couple gallons of water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a calf walk. So I'll pick these dumbbells up. I'm going to come up on my tippy toes, like so, and I'm going to walk across the room, back and forth. I recommend shooting for at least 60 seconds here. You can go as long as you want as well, so essentially unbroken. You want to just go until those calves burn real bad. That one's easy, guys. After that, we're going to do calf raises. You come on out the side with me. I'm going to find a nice curb, which most of us have out front of the house. You might have a step, you have stairs in your house, anything like that is fine. Keeping the weight on the same side as the calf I'm going to work. So the weight's in the right hand, I'm going to work my right calf. I'm looking for full extension here in the calf. So my heel is all the way down, nice and stretched as long as I can go in the calf, and full extension at the top as well. So my calf is nice and flexed. I'm going to do max reps with the toes forward. I'm going to rotate the foot out, so toes are out. And I'm going to do max reps with the toes out. Then I'll do the same thing with the toes in or towards my body. This way I'm getting all the different angles of the calf with that nice full extension on each repetition. Max reps with the toes forward, max reps with the toes out, match up with the toes in. Then I'll switch hands, do the opposite side. Okay, everybody, last movement here. We talk about working the forearms, the grip. This is something that can be tough if you don't have the appropriate loaded dumbbell. So what we're going to do today is we're going to figure out how we can load a shoe with either a gallon jug, a bag of books, like a grocery bag of books, or a backpack with just about the right load. What we're looking for is 1 minute per side holding that shoe upside down. I'll show you what that looks like. Gallon jug is about 8 pounds, so this might be a little light for me. I'd probably adjust, make this load a little bit heavier. We're looking for a nice firm grip on the shoe. And what I want to do is go ahead and relax my arm and focus on this tense, strong position in the hand. Nice firm grip here, building that strength, feeling the fingers, all the muscles of the hand are flexed here. And I'm going to hang out here for about a minute on each side. If I do a minute here and it was way too easy, I'm going to strap another something to these laces here. Get a backpack or add a book to your bag, add something to that backpack. I'll do a minute on each side, so a minute right, minute left on each round. All right, everybody, so for closing, I wanted to describe how we can superset all these movements together. We're going to start with that lat pull, using the sheet as our pull-up station. Trap it in the door. I got 3 knots in the top and the long side like so. I'm going to do 5 reps per side. I want that 5th rep, the 4th and 5th rep, to be challenging. So keep walking your feet towards the door until you've got enough weight for that pull for 4 and 5 rep to be tough. We're doing sets of 5. 5 on the left, 5 on the right. Then we're going to superset, so we'll rotate through all of these movements. I'm going to go to those calf walks next. So I'm going to do a max calf walk. I'd probably cap that at 2 minutes. If I don't feel a real good burn before 2 minutes, then I probably need to load that up a little bit. Add some weight to your backpack or whatever you're using for that calf walk. And that's a suitcase style. So 1 in each hand and walk it out. Stay up on the toes until you feel a really good burn, or 2 minutes. Add some weight for the next round. After that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work the grip. So I give my calves a little break. I'm going to work the grip with that shoe. Holding that weight, again, weight it so that 1 minute is really tough. You want a really hard 1 minute. So keep adding weight to the backpack, add another gallon, add another book, until you get to that load where 1 minute in that hold position is tough. Then I'll come back to calves, and I'll jump onto that curb or that step, putting the weight on the same side I'm using to lift to do the calf raise with, so right side, and I'm going to do max toes forward, max toes right, max toes left on both legs. That would be 1 round. I'm going to do 3 rounds of that whole superset. Pull-up station, calf walk, grip, and then back to the calf raise. And that'll get a real good burn in the calves. They're going to get super sore. And remember to use that sheet or that pull-up station as a mod for some of these workouts that we're writing too that have dumbbell rows. That'll help you add a little more weight, and it's a pretty easy setup. If you got a door and a sheet, you're good to go. Awesome work, guys. Thank you for working so hard. It's been really inspiring to be there with you. This past weekend Saturday workout was really rough, lots of running, but it was a great mental challenge for me. You guys helped me get through it. Ben Castle, you kicked my butt on round 3. It was awesome to work with you. And keep inspiring us, guys. We'll keep doing the same for you. Much love, tribe. Talk soon.